Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are talking about Sofi Technologies and their SOFI share price. Recently, Sofi Technologies came out with a very impressive earnings report, which we will quickly summarize in this video, and then we will also talk about a future price target for Sofi Technologies that goes as high as $50. So for more SoFi stock videos and news updates, go ahead and annihilate that like button, subscribe if you are new, comment your thoughts down below about where you see the share price of SoFi stock headed in the future, and without further ado, let's jump right into today's stories. So right now, SoFi Technologies' share price is absolutely surging after they released their Q4 2022 results for the fourth quarter as well as for the entire year, and the company delivered a very impressive financial results. For instance, their adjusted EBITDA came in at $70.1 million, which absolutely surpassed their initial forecast, which came in at only $43 million. So clearly, they impressed a plethora of analysts as well as investors. But that's not all. Their adjusted net revenue came in at a record $443.42 million, while analysts originally projected that they would bring in anywhere between $425 to $427 million. That's why currently the SoFi stock price is surging right now, and it's already up over 15% as of this video, which is absolutely crazy. There's even more good news though, because they brought in a loss per share of just 5 cents. However, they were supposed to bring in a loss of around 9 cents. So again, this is a huge win for Sofi Technologies. Not only have they narrowed their overall loss per share, but they more than delivered in the form of very impressive revenues. This is why the CEO expects this momentum to continue throughout the year of 2023, despite minor hiccups that we will talk about later in the video. Right now, Sofi Technologies projects that their full year adjusted EBITDA will be between $260 million to $280 million, which is substantially higher than Wall Street's consensus estimate, which comes in at just $245.9 million. So again, we can see SoFi beat for their full year results for the year of 2023. So we can already anticipate a phenomenal catalyst for the full year results for 2023 once we get there. Management also gave a very impressive outlook for Q1 of 2023, where they say that the EBITDA will come in at around $45 million, which will slightly fall short of current estimates, which currently come in at around $50 million. But in essence, this is very good. SoFi Technologies more than delivered on their overall adjusted EBITDA. They crushed expectations in terms of their revenue, and their net losses narrowed. So not only is this company bringing in more money, but their losses are becoming less and less, to where this company is projected to become profitable even sooner. So overall, fantastic news for Sofi Technologies and SoFi stock shareholders. But that's not all. The company also delivered on a plethora of other financial metrics that I won't go into too much detail in this video, but if you want to do some reading and research for yourself, of course, I'm always going to list and link these sources in the description so you can read more for yourself and do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Always make sure you do your own research as well. What I really like is that according to the earnings report, they brought in new members on a quarterly basis at around 480,000 new members. That means their membership grew by around 51% year over year, and it now comes in at 5.2 million members. And on top of that, management has announced very impressive 2023 guidance, which we briefly talked about in the last article. From this earnings report, I actually want to quote straight from the CEO, and he says, "We finished a remarkable year with another quarter of record financial results and continued strength in member and product ads as well as cross-buy momentum. We generated our 7th consecutive quarter of a record adjusted net revenue, which was up 58% year over year for the quarter and surpassed $1.5 billion for the full year, up 52% versus 2021. We also generated record adjusted EBITDA in the fourth quarter, finishing the year with over $143 million in 2022, nearly 5 times the total adjusted EBITDA compared to 2021. End quote. So overall, these are record-breaking financial results. It's no wonder why the share price is absolutely skyrocketing right now, even though I do believe it will pull back once this overall excitement and exuberance blows over. But in the end, Sofi Technologies is a rapidly scaling technology company that essentially operates as a digital bank. They're an extremely innovative fintech company, and overall, they are proving themselves by releasing these very positive earnings reports. But the CEO goes on to say that record revenue across all 3 of our business segments, which are lending, technology platform, and their financial services platform, drove our record fourth quarter adjusted net revenue of $443 million and record fourth quarter adjusted EBITDA of $70 million. Our continued strong growth and significant improvement in GAAP net income margin position us very well in 2023 for another year of significant revenue and EBITDA growth, and for reaching GAAP net income profitability in the fourth quarter. And that's insane. Originally, their GAAP net income profitability was supposed to be by the end of 2024, and now it's by the end of 2023. This is a huge win for this company, and this is going to reflect very positively in the overall share price, because as we get closer to the end of the year for 2023, this company's share price should slowly start to increase from now until then, especially once they actually release their fourth quarter results and full year 2023 results. So this is absolutely amazing. I also want to make investors aware that they are also increasing their overall tangible book value, and this is a metric that many investors like to gauge financial institutions off of. Management also projects that their tangible book value will continue to grow because it's already grown for 2 consecutive quarters. So overall, they have a fantastic track record. But what does all of this mean for investors, and how is this going to translate into their share price? Does this mean that their price targets will also increase and analysts will change their mind? Well, let's jump right into that. Right now, around 12 analysts currently have price targets for this company. We have 7 buy ratings and 5 hold ratings, while none of these analysts which were surveyed have a sell rating, which means that this company is absolutely phenomenal, either as a buying opportunity or a holding opportunity. I also want to mention that the analysts who are covering this company are phenomenal. Just look, we have a 5-star analyst here who gives a price target of $6, and that's from Oppenheimer. We also have another 5-star analyst from Piper Sandler who has a $7.50 price target on this company, and that's what I personally gravitate towards. We also have a 3-star analyst, again giving a $6 price target from JP Morgan, but overall, these price targets are absolutely phenomenal, and I expect that these price targets will be recalculated as the year moves forward. So let's get a better look at these price targets. Right now, the current consensus price target among professionals is around $7. Currently, the share price is trading for around $6.91, and as of right now, the most bearish price target is $5 per share, which is actually not too bearish, but overall, I think that Sofi Technologies is worth more than that. The average price target, like we said, is $7, while the high-end price target goes as high as $10 over the next 12 months. These are 12-month stock price targets. So right now, I actually enjoy that the spread of bullish and bearish price targets are actually pretty close to one another. Going back to the analysts, we can see that these 3 analysts' price targets only differ from one another by $1.50, and that's really good when we see a very tight price prediction spread, because it means they're looking at the same data, and overall, they are in a general agreement to where this company is headed. And oh my gosh, it just increased again to $6.94, and now it's up 16.75%. But what if we projected these price targets all the way out till 2030? What will the company make of itself by that time? And that's exactly what we're going to look at. We're going to look at this author's price target for SoFi Technologies by 2030. So let's see what he says and what evidence he gives us. Analysts seem to be underestimating the overall positive long-term implications and vision for this company. They're missing out on a huge opportunity, and I don't think they are paying attention to what management is truly trying to make this company. For instance, the SoFi share price will inevitably skyrocket higher, and we could see that share price surge throughout the coming years. And the reason for this is because I believe that the lending conditions will improve. This is why the CEO of SoFi Technologies has bought up so many shares. He's purchased roughly $5 million worth of SoFi shares recently, and he is thinking about the long-term profitability of this overall company. And again, that profitability has now become much closer, and it's in sight to where they could be net income profitable by the end of 2023. The CFO also brought to investors' attention that the student loan moratorium regarding the federal student loan payments will not only eventually end, which will act as a phenomenal catalyst for the SoFi share price, but rising interest rates will eventually come back down. Although this is clearly impacting SoFi's business model in the short term, once the student loan moratorium ends and rising interest rates fall, both of these are going to act as phenomenal catalysts for SoFi Technologies. So SoFi literally has 3 more catalysts throughout the year of 2023. We have the student loan moratorium ending, we have interest rates which eventually will fall back down, and we have them achieving profitability potentially by the very end of 2023. So where does that leave us when we project all the way out till 2030? Well, the author again highlights that SoFi Technologies is a fast-growing business, though it does have its challenges in the short term. These are going to be temporary hiccups, but overall, if you plan to hold this company for the next 5 to 10 years, it will make you money according to current forecasts. However, that's not me giving you the permission to overexpose yourself to this company. We need to practice proper risk management. I myself do not invest more than a 5% initial allocation into any singular risky growth company. Currently, SoFi Technologies makes up around 4% of my overall portfolio, and I have a 1% overall risk margin to where if the share price drops lower, I will use that extra 1% to average down my average cost. However, it may not even get to that point because this author believes the company could be trading for $50 per share by 2030. Now, for a minute, let me just say that I have no idea where this author is getting that price target from. He doesn't show us any math, he is not performing a DCF model, which is one of my favorite models to use when projecting overall price targets for companies, and his price prediction really doesn't have any fundamentally underlying math or data. This is just his personal opinion, which is entirely possible, and he could definitely be right. But my personal take on it is that we should do this year by year. There's really not much fruit of projecting all the way out until 2030 because anything could happen over the next few years. We need to take this company quarter by quarter and year by year and assess and adjust our portfolio accordingly, which is going to be determinant on how the company is performing. Right now, we just had a phenomenal earnings report from this company, and they should be surging in their share price, which is exactly what we are seeing. So overall, we have so many positive news updates for this company. We have 3 catalysts coming up which could send the overall share price higher, even though in the short term, I do believe the SoFi share price will pull back once this overall exuberance and excitement wears off. But in the end, I do think that SoFi is fairly valued right now, and I think they have a great growth trajectory ahead of it, and the potential, according to this author, to reach a $50 price target. However, despite the author's overall bullish $50 price target, he says, and I quote, "But please maintain a small position size and be ready for volatility along the way." And that's essentially the same thing I'm saying. The author is saying practice proper risk management, don't overexpose yourself to this single risky growth stock, even though it is doing phenomenal as of right now. There's no need to overexpose and take on unnecessary risk, because if it makes up more than 5% of your portfolio, you are not practicing proper risk management and you are taking on unnecessary risk of potential losses. And we don't want that. Overall, this is a phenomenal company. I love what they're doing right now, and I can't wait for their next earnings report already. So with that being said, remember to go and smash that like button, comment down below your future price targets for this company, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.